Hey everybody, it's time to do another book review. Um, if you remember my last book review, that was years ago. Okay, it was last year, and it was, I don't remember when, but I reviewed Starship Troopers, and that's one of my favorite books ever written. I read that a couple of times during the summer. Um, well, I picked up another book, Old Man's War, so it's time I review this thing. So you ready for this? You ready? Because I don't think any of you are. So I'm in a different room today. No reason, just not gonna explain why. But this is a very good book. It's written by John Scalzi. The plot is about this one guy named John Perry, whose wife died 9 years ago, and every year on his birthday he visits her grave. And on his 75th birthday, he decided to visit her grave and join the army. In this book, the only age you're allowed to join the Colonial Defense Forces. It's a different kind of army where they involved in interstellar warfare. You have to be 75. They don't accept anyone younger because they want people with life experiences and stuff like that in order to enlist. So, yeah. This is from what I understand, it's an homage to Starship Troopers. Sort of like a Starship Troopers and Forever War kind of thing. Where it differs is Starship Troopers and Forever War, in order to increase a trooper's battle compatibility, they'd give them powered armor. In Starship Troopers, they were referred to as either steel gorillas or ape suits. In the Forever War, they just call them fighting suits. On this, they do have powered armor, but it doesn't make them any stronger. What they use is nanotechnology and DNA stuff to mess around with their genes and stuff, and it makes them stronger. So it's a pretty interesting idea. It didn't rip off Heinlein in any way. This is a very fun book to read. I highly recommend it if you into science fiction and all that. During this war, he meets a lot of people. I'm not gonna give away too much. It's just it's a war novel that takes place in the future, and it's science fiction war. Obviously, I'm really into that whole science fiction stuff. This really doesn't have any political ideologies like Starship Troopers and Forever War and Built the Galactic Hero did. There might be, but it's probably really sunk in there. This is overall a good book, but the problem I have with it is that it's kind of a little bit too funny. Now what I mean by that is I don't mind some tongue-in-cheek humor here and there, but normally when I read a war novel, unless it's satirizing something, and sometimes even if it is, it's just humor does not fit into place, and it feels there's a bit too much. But overall, it's doesn't really drag on the plot, but it does kind of have a bit of a kind of thing. There's a twist towards the end of it. He meets someone. I'm not gonna give away anything else. It's kind of wow, but at the same time it's kind of wow, that was, yeah. This is overall a fun book to read. I wouldn't extremely recommend it unless you're into this kind of stuff. If you're looking for something to read to waste some time and have some fun reading, I recommend this. Otherwise, I'd recommend staying away from it. Overall, I'd have to give it a 4 out of 5. It's not perfect, but it is still a lot of fun. I enjoyed reading it. It didn't necessarily rip off Heinlein's Starship Troopers or Joe Haldeman's Forever War. It takes some similarities, but also has a fair amount of differences, how they power themselves up, and as well as the alien species they fight. It's not in Starship Troopers and Forever War where they only really fight one race, but in Starship Troopers they fight two. It's the skinnies and the bugs, but no one really remembers this. When I talk to people, they don't remember the skinnies, but then again, they saw the movie. And in Haldeman's The Forever War, they fought the Terrans, I don't know how to pronounce it. In this, there's multiple alien races because they're trying to colonize on planets, and the aliens also want to colonize on the planets too. So that's kind of what the war is all about. So, anyways, fun read, not perfect. It's almost there, but I have a feeling at times the humor kind of pulls it down from what it could have completely been. Anyways, I recommend this for those people who like science fiction and want something to read to have a lot of fun. Anyways, that's my review. Horror review coming up soon. Later.